I have seen the responses. Like most of you are very new to APIs. So I would like this session will be like I will be covering APIs from the scratch. So even if you have heard it for the first time after seeing our message, it will feel like a very new topic, but still it is very easy to understand. I will be covering it from the bottom so that you can very easily catch up and build good projects with API. And also I will be giving you resources. And the most exciting part, we'll be having swags as well in the upcoming parts. So yeah, be excited for that. So okay, so let's start with APIs 101. So first thing first, first when you heard about the term API, what did you like think about it? You got any idea about it? I guess even if I was new, I couldn't have got much idea about API. So API basically, if I tell the full form, is Application Programming Interface. And we are learning it with Postman. Postman is a very good software which helps you interact with API, and you can test out APIs. We'll be seeing that how we can we can do it hands-on. So it will better if you are sitting in your PC, and also you can do follow-up hands-on with me. I will be telling you first few minutes will be a little theoretical, but it will be fun. Then we'll be going for hands-on session. Okay. So yeah, so this is a one-on-one session on API by Postman. And okay, I am Deveesh Shetty, a Postman student expert, and also president of Sahyadri Open Source Community. So yeah, this is one of our session which we are conducting under Hacktoberfest as well. This is the second week of it. So we have more coming ahead. So that's another topic. So you can check me out on GitHub. I have quite a few projects. Some projects I will be showing also which I built using APIs, and with which Postman helped me a lot to test out those APIs. And yeah, you can check out my website as well. So that is a brief introduction about me. So also, I am also a front-end developer. I mostly work with React, Next.js, TypeScript. So that's one thing. So yeah, let's move ahead. So that was all general topics. So let's see what is our agenda today. So let me give you a brief idea about what and all we will be covering out today. So first thing first, intro to APIs and Postman. What are APIs? Why do we use APIs? Then I will be telling it with real life examples, and also what is Postman and what are they doing. So that thing also will come to know. Then the next topic is request and responses. So that's the term. If you know the meaning in English, but it's the same meaning in API as well. So you can what you call relate it very quite easily, and I will tell you that. Next, trying the things out. Here we'll be going with hands-on session, so that you yourself can test out APIs and get a hands-on experience on the Postman workspace, so that in future you can test APIs, you can create projects with APIs. Next, follow-up resources. In follow-up resources, I will be telling after this session what you can do to increase your knowledge more in the API. This is just a one-on-one session, so I will be just covering the beginner topics. After that, if you want, you can go it more further in it. So that thing also we will be covering. And next, last but not the least, question and answers. So you can ask questions regarding the session. If you have any doubts, I can clear it out. And also another surprise thing, swags, as I mentioned. Yeah, you will come to know about it. There are swags. So next, so let's start with introduction to API. So API, if you just hear about it, my audio is clear, right? So the API, if you hear about it, it may seem a very odd term. So I will help you relate it with one good real life example. So imagine you went to a restaurant. So for Sahyadrians, I can give an example of Tandoor. It's nearby. So imagine you went to Tandoor or any restaurant. There, you want to eat something. So obviously, you'll go to eat something to a restaurant. So what will you do? We'll sit in the table, or we will directly go to the kitchen and order things. You won't directly go to the kitchen, right? So you will be sitting in a table. Then a waiter will come to you and he will give you the menu card. Then he will ask your request, what you want. Okay, is it making sense? If I get out of flow, please, or you can drop it in the chat. The waiter will come to you and ask you the order. You will give the order to the waiter. Then the waiter will go to the kitchen and he will tell that order to the cook. And the cook then, based on the order, will prepare the food and will send it back with the waiter. The waiter, again, he will bring it to your table. So here is the waiter who is doing the action from going from the customer till the kitchen and from the kitchen back to the customer. So we can relate it with the API. API is basically a what you call a software which combines two different softwares. Like if two different softwares are running individually, API is a connection between them. So it bridges the gap. So if you go to any website, you will be the client. You will be interacting with the website. So if you click anything, or if you want to like add something to the database or like search anything, so you will be just typing in your keyboard and pressing enter. So that is just your work. Then the API will take that request and give it to the database. The database then will query everything and check out what is the perfect result which I can give back. Okay. So then it will give it back with like it will bring it back to the client and the page will change. So that's the basic like how the API works. Okay, so it is a two-way motion, like basically. First, it will take the request from the client, see the word request. Then it will give it to the server. Then the server will fulfill the request. Then it will give a response back to the client again. So that's a basic example which I can tell in terms of a hotel. So there is not always the case like the response which you will get will be positive. There may be a case that the response will be like negative or unsuccessful. So one another example I can give is, imagine you went to a restaurant and you asked for uh like you went to the restaurant and asked for some like unique dish. Maybe you asked for a vegetable like broccoli you asked in some hotel here, nearby hotel. And then the waiter don't know like whether they have broccoli or not. So you go to the kitchen. Kitchen, he will tell the chef he wants one broccoli salad or something. Then the chef will tell, no, we don't have broccoli, please deny him. So that's an unsuccessful response. So you are getting my point in that. So that's how the API bridges the gap between the customer and the chef in real world scenario. In our case, the API is the what you call the waiter. Okay, so same as I told, the client will be sending request to the server through an API, and the server will be responding back through an API to the client. Okay. So any doubts in this? Like, should I repeat it? Repeat myself once again. You can put in the chat box. Okay. So I'm constantly viewing the chat. Is it understood, right? If you want, I can repeat it. No problem. Yeah, if you follow, just react. I can see the reactions as well. React thumbs up or anything. Yeah. So let this be an interactive session. Let it not be like I am only speaking. Okay. So yeah, great. I am seeing some messages. So let's continue. So whatever I told in practical terms, so this is a little bit a more theoretical explanation of it. Application programming interface, that is API, allows services to communicate with each other. Like I told, it helps the customer and the chef to communicate with each other. Then the software has become more complex and so these APIs will help you build your product much better and in a faster rate. So you don't have to create everything from scratch again. Next, like APIs are available everywhere. I will show you some resources as well. So where you can find APIs. See, they have given an example like Google on Twitter. They have APIs. You can use them. Some may be paid, some may be free as well. So paid APIs in the sense you have to pay some amount of money to use their APIs. So to use the service, you have to pay some money. Some may be free. So I will be showing the free ones in future. There I have a very good GitHub repository which you can check out. Okay, so then there are some APIs which are freemium, 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 both free and premium, which in the sense up to some limit, they are free. But after a certain time, they get paid. So for example, I can tell there is an API which will be free only till 30 days. Then this is I'm giving a very vague example. Up to 30 days, it will be free. After 30 days, to continue the service, you have to pay them. So that's a freemium API. Okay, so I'm moving further. Okay, so this thing, the waiter and chef example was like two like different. It was a different example. Now I will give you one real life example where APIs will be used. So all of you use Instagram, I guess. Most of you will be using Instagram. No, Abhishek, it's like a basically it's like a free trial in this free trial only. Some APIs will be like that. So like in some APIs, it depends on the developer, like who is developing the API. So they will be like up to 5,000 requests. I will tell you what is request. The APIs will be free. So then after 5,000 requests, you have to pay them because it takes their resources to fulfill your request. So all the APIs can't be free. Okay. So there are some free trials as well. I will give you some resources. You can get a more in-depth explanation about it. Okay. So Instagram, let me give you an example of Instagram. So Instagram, if you like go to any place or any concert or something, you have to show it to your friends, right? So what you will do, you will open Instagram, open the camera app, or for the story, you will open the camera. Okay, sorry if I missed something. I don't use Instagram. So you will be going to the story and you will be opening a camera app. In that, you will click a photo. Okay, so you'll be clicking a photo. How you will click the photo? Instagram hasn't built a software from scratch for clicking the photo. It is using an hardware API, which is provided by the system, your mobile itself. So if you see, when you first install Instagram, I don't know if you remember or not, it will ask you permission. Whether should I allow Instagram to access camera? At that time, you allow it. So with that, it gets the access to your hardware API of camera. So, so it is asking permission from you. So Instagram then after that can use your camera to click photos. So that is using via hardware API. So there are APIs can be of many types. There are software and hardware. Hardware is this, which is accessing an hardware component of your phone, which is the camera. Okay. So next you click the photo. Next, what you can do, you won't like send a raw photo only, right? You will be adding some maybe some stickers you will add, or maybe GIFs or GIFs, anything you can call it. You can add those, or you will add your location. So for you, it may seem like just a drag and drop. But have you ever wondered what is happening in the background? So in the background, what is happening is they are calling one API. So whenever you add a GIF, they will be calling a Jiffy API. Jiffy one platform is there where you will get GIF images. So Jiffy API they will be calling that even you can use and implement in your projects. So Jiffy API they will use, and from that they will get the GIFs. And same with the location, they will be using location APIs. So then after that, all the modifications you have done, you will like it will be shown in the Instagram, like it's a to and fro. Whenever you add, it will be shown to you as well. So it's a real-time connection. So then it will be sent to the database. In the database, the story will be stored, and that will be viewed by all the friends who are in your connections. So that is how. Okay. So that is how you can like how Instagram uses different kind of APIs to like give one cool user interface for you. So like it will be so bad user interface if you have to do everything from scratch again. Like you have to call you yourself have to fetch a GIF from somewhere else. Then you have to copy paste here. Then again you have to find your location in Google. Then you have to type the location here. No, Instagram is doing everything by utilizing different APIs. So that's one of the benefits of APIs. Okay. So there is an API for basically everything. Whatever you can think, everything there will be an API. There are API for animals, like you can see cat API, dog API, which will give you images, facts, open weather API, which will tell you weather of your current region. Then Spotify API. The cool thing about Spotify API is you can use the API, you will get all the songs, all the albums and all, and you can give your own user interface for it. So it will be like you are building your own music platform, but you are using in the background, you are using Spotify's database. So that's the cool thing. You don't have to search for all the songs and enter it. You are getting it pre-built by Spotify. You are just accessing the database. There are some API keys, which is like comes in authorization, I will tell you. Then Twitter has APIs, Facebook, Google, everything has API. Discord APIs. Discord APIs are also cool. You can build your bots using Discord API. You have seen Discord bots, right? Like there Me4 will be there, then Rhythm bot. Those all are built using Discord APIs. So APIs you can find for everything, each and everything there is an API. It's just upon your creativity, how you are utilizing those APIs and how you can build cool projects with those. Okay. So next, another relation I can give about API is basically like Lego bricks. So you a single software is not only built with one single API. They are built with a collection of APIs. They are like one individual Lego bricks. So it's on the developer how he connects it. If if he randomly puts all the APIs at one place, it will make one weird structure. But if you are a good developer, you know how to utilize APIs, how to like call it efficiently, how to use it efficiently. You can get a very beautiful structure for your web, for your what project, and even you can sell it into. There are many projects who are using third-party APIs, but they are like doing very good. So like those learning about APIs opens up a very big what you call world to you. You can create next level projects. I will be showing ones which I created like a while ago. So like they are really fun. You will really love it. Okay. So this are about like how the APIs can build a software. Okay, like a collection of APIs. So till here, anyone has any doubt, please feel free to put in the chat. I can go to any slide and repeat it again. I have no problem with that. Any single small doubt, it's fine, because that small doubt, if you keep to yourself, then it may result in a big doubt. Then you will be like confused. You won't understand in the future parts. So it's better to clarify here only. So yeah, is everyone following, right? Yeah, just react so that I can get to know, like everyone is here. Just a hand raise or any reaction. Yeah, cool. Yes. So yeah, let's continue. So we talked about APIs. So now you may wonder, what is this Postman? Some of you may be thinking Postman is the person who comes to your house daily to give you letters. Basically, it kind of resembles that only. Even API does the same thing. So Postman is a company which is based on APIs. They help the developers to test out APIs, to document their APIs, and even create APIs using with a good, beautiful UI. I'll be showing that. So Postman is a collaborative API development platform that simplifies creating, using, and testing APIs with the UI, user interface. So as you can see here in the image, about 98% of Fortune 500 companies are using Postman. So you can see like how big of a deal API is. 98% of Fortune 500 companies. So like there may be no companies like you can't imagine a company without API if you like clearly think about it. At some point, some or the other point, they will be using some or the other APIs. Okay, so like it's a very good topic if you learn. So yeah, you can like even explore more about it, and it will help you out a lot in your interview and other future projects as well. Okay, see, so yeah, so all the big companies are using APIs and they are preferring Postman for testing out their APIs. So now let's come back to the time when Postman was not a thing. So how the people used to test APIs? You can see in the left hand side. It is a curl command line in which you have to use your command line to test out APIs. See, you can see curl here. You can see my mouse pointer, right? Curl and dash V, then the URL where you want to test the endpoint. And it will give a response something like this. A big bunch of letters it will give. You can like, it's so difficult to like even analyze those. If you have an error, you have to go through all of this and check where you will get the error. But the Postman, the same thing, this curl command line is converted into this beautiful UI, where the URL, instead of typing a command, you can just paste it here in this box. And then here you can select HTTP methods. I'll be telling you about it. Then you can just test it out. Here you will get the response. What is that particular API doing? Yeah, now we won't understand what is request, response and all. Don't worry, I'll be telling that in more detail in the next slides. Okay. Oh, this slide only. So request and responses. So one beautiful analogy I can give is for request and responses is it's like your easy English terms only. Imagine you want to go somewhere and you want to ask permission. Right, let me see some messages out there. Okay, so imagine you want to go. Okay, huh? Sorry. Yeah. So imagine you want to go to Goa and you want to ask permission from your father to go to Goa. So first, what you will be doing, you will be requesting them. So it is what? It is from the user to the server. Imagine your parent is server and you are the user. So you are requesting them, can I go to Goa? So then they can give you, they will give you a response for that request. There can be two type of response. One will be successful. Okay, you can go, no problem. Second one will be unsuccessful. No, you can't go, I won't allow you. So these are the two responses which you can get. So when you request, either it can be resolved or it can be rejected. So the request is the request here which is mentioned, and either it is a rejection or it is approval is the response. So that is in real life. How will the API know, like how will the software know whether it's a request or response? So yeah, let's see. So first the client will be sending a API request to the server. See, it is sending a request. So imagine the client wants to search something. So it will send a query and it will tell the server, okay, I want to search Postman in Google. So the client will send a URL with the query as Postman and send it to the server, Google database. Google database will analyze everything and it will send a response back. Okay, so you searched Postman in Google. This is the results we found in the web. So that is how this server will respond back. So now the client can easily see whatever he searched for. Okay. So that is the simple workflow of request and response. The client will be sending the request to the server and the server will be responding back to the client. Okay, so any questions you have here with request and response? Before asking for Go request, the server will only crash. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Even server crash, it can happen. Or either you can crash, one or the other. Okay. So any doubt in request and response? No doubt. Okay, so let's continue. So I told about we will be making request. How we will be making request? So a request is made up of mainly three parts. One is the method. First, there will be a method. Then comes the address. Then will be a path. Okay. So the method is like they can be of many times. Get, post, put, and delete. They are basically grouped operation. So if I break it down a little, grouped operation means create, read, update, delete in normal English terms. So when I am doing a get request, basically I'm reading some data. Okay, so like you are getting a permission. So that makes sense. So you are getting some input from the server. So that's get. Post means you are sending something to the server. Imagine, I can give an example. So I can give you an example. So you went to a new website and you want to create your user in that. Imagine you went to any uh, what should I say, bank you went and you want to create your account. So what will do? You will send your other details, you will send your phone number, address and all, and you will give it to them. They will feed it to the database. That is basically they are doing a post request. They are feeding data. Now, if like you want to get something, imagine you want to get your account balance. So you'll be getting data from the server. So that's how basically it is doing. Another example I can give related to that. So you went to an ATM and you put your card and it will ask you two options, withdrawal or deposit. Withdrawal means you are getting your money. You are getting money from the ATM. That's a get request you are getting. Or if you are depositing money, it's a post request. You are putting money to the ATM. It will reflect in your account. So that is post request. Okay, that's a simple analogy which I gave, which will help you understand. Then comes put or patch. Both are like similar but not same. Okay, they are used to update the data. So imagine you registered to a website, but then you came to realize, okay, the name which I put is wrong. Instead of in Deveesh, instead of double E, I put only single E. So how to change it? You'll go to your user dashboard. There you will click edit profile and you will just edit that particular field and you will save. So what will do? It won't create a new profile only. It will just update the existing profile. That is your put request. So that you are updating the data. Next is your delete. Delete in the sense it's self-explanatory. So imagine you registered that, then you felt like, no, this is not, I don't like it. I want to delete my account from here. So you will just go to the settings, delete profile, done. So you will delete it. So that's a delete request. So those are the methods. There are many more methods, but these are the most commonly used methods. Get, post, put, delete. Create, no, create, post means create, get means read, put means update, and delete, same. Next is address or the endpoint URL. So how can I tell is, so the API, the like you have to like it, like how you have your home address, even API as an address. To which domain are you requesting? So if you search google.com in browser, it will make a request to google.com. It won't go to Facebook. So that's the address. It is pointing to the location where you want to like where you want to visit. Okay, so that is the address or the endpoint. We most of the developers call it endpoint because it sounds cool, I know. So you can call it address as well. So next is path. Path basically means, so imagine I gave your address. I am like, okay, I want to visit my friend. So his address is somewhere in like Kankanadi, you told. Okay, I went to Kankanadi, I went to his house also. But I don't know where is he. Then I will ask his mother, where is he? She will tell he is in this room. So that is a path. It's tell you more about the address. Like where will he be found? So it adds more meaning to the address. So the simple, if I directly go and stand in front of his house, I don't know where is he. So I have to go to a particular location, which the path will tell. It will tell, okay, inside this room, room number 2, he is in. So I will go to that particular path. So that is how a request is made. Method, address, and then the path. Okay, is it clear? Or should I repeat with some other example? Okay, the path. So the path, basically, see. So when you directly send request to the address, right? If I imagine I want to search something, I will show you an example also later. Okay, I can like, I imagine I want to go to an address in Sayadri only, I can tell. Okay, so I will be told, lecturer will message me, okay, meet me in Sayadri College. I went to Sayadri College. That is the address. But in Sayadri College, it is so big. Where will I find a lecturer? Then he will tell me. So imagine the path will be, so the like slash Sayadri College, then again slash will put. That's how we'll construct the API request. So then he will tell in room number 403, you meet me. So that 403 will be the path. It will add more meaning to the address. So the address by itself is a very huge term. You can't directly like query the address. So the path will add some extra meaning to that address. So it will like point to a perfect location where you want to get the data from. Okay. So like another thing I can tell is, if you repeat methods. Okay. So methods, there are basically of 4 types of methods. There are more than 4, but for like beginner level, 4 are more than enough. You will be using that. So one is get method. Get method means you are retrieving some data from the database. So like imagine that thing, ATM only example I can give, or you want to, okay, you went to Netflix and then you searched something in the search bar. You search the movie which you want, or series which you want to see, and you will get some recommend like movie names regarding that. So that is a get request. You are telling the server, okay, give me all the movies which are like related to this name. So that is a get request. You are asking data from the server. Next is a post request. Post request in the sense like, it is like, I will give another example in Netflix only. It is not like how it works, but still it will help you understand. So imagine you created your own series and you want the Netflix people to show it to the people. So you will create a post request. I mean, it's a really stupid example, but I guess it will kind of make sense with the same theme. So you will tell them, okay, add this my series to your database. So you will send a post request. You are like creating a new entity in the database. Okay. So next, that is post request. So you are adding something. Get means you are getting something. Then is update. So in the series, imagine you have 8 episodes, and the 8 episodes, imagine the seventh episode was like you didn't, it got corrupted. It didn't show up. So will you like delete the entire series only? No, you will just update that particular seventh episode. So like you are not creating that entirely again. You are just updating a specific path. So that is your put request, put request. So that will basically update the data. So next is delete. So like the series, it didn't make sense. The people didn't like it. So you will go and delete it. Okay. So that is another method. I will be showing you in hands-on, which will make more sense. In theory, you may not understand correctly. And even the path, I will show you in hands-on. We will have one good hands-on activity given by Postman. I will show that. You will get more idea about it. Okay. So yeah, this good example I can give is, let's go to Postman. See here, you can just go and type Postman. You no need to do hands-on here. I will tell you when to do hands-on. So I will just create here only. I will create a new request. I'll just create a new collection first. Now I will tell you what and all is this. This I am just showing for example. No need to follow along here. I will name it test. Okay, in this test, I will add a new request. Okay, don't worry, I will be covering more in detail. So this is the Postman interface, how it looks. We have an activity which is coming up ahead. So yeah, so I want to test the URL of google.com, https google.com. So now if I will send this request, I am getting data from the server for the main Google homepage. Okay. So I should get a response. See, this is status. I will tell you what is status, HTTP status. So I got one response, but this is not readable, right? I got one HTML page because this points to an HTML page. So Postman has a very good feature. You can preview. So if I preview this, see, I got the entire Google interface here. So this is how that, like when you search in the browser, this is the request being made to the Google server. Now I can take it a step further. I will search something. Imagine I will search my name. Okay. This is defined by Google only. No need to worry. Query parameters. So I will send this. Just see the text box here. See, it got autofilled, which means I am passing a query, which means I am searching something named Deveesh here in the Google search. But it is not showing me the search result. Here the path comes in. See, this is a very big address. It is pointing to the Google address, like Google main page. Now I want to search something. So what I can do, I can put /search. So this search is the path. Okay. And this google.com is the address or the domain. So search is a path. So here the same thing I will put query as Deveesh. Okay. So see, if here it is showing in question mark, that's how the URL is formed. But Postman, you can directly add it here as key value pair. So I will tell you what are query parameters. Don't worry. So if I send, I should get a search page here. See, I got a search page. So this is how Google is sending like searching data using API. See, this search is the path. This path defines whatever I write after this will be searched. Not if I remove this, it will be just added to the text box. This will search it, this path. Okay. So hope that makes sense. This was visible, right? I forgot to ask that. Sorry. Yes, it is visible. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll continue. So yeah, see, this is the method. If you missed it here, this we used get method. We are getting data from the server. Okay. Get method to retrieve information, post to send, put or patch to update, delete to delete information. So see, this entire URL, we are breaking it down. This is the protocol. Protocol, there are different kinds of protocol which is defined in the, there are HTTP, HTTPS. S means it is secure. It has licenses, SSL certificates and all. So it means secure. You can visit the site. And there is always fishy to visit the site with HTTP. So that's cyber security comes in that. Yeah, so that's different. So then this is the host or the address, the google.com, which I told. This is the path, destination where the request can be heard and executed. So it will define the domain more, the host more. Host, domains, address, all are interchangeable. Don't worry about it. Okay. Next, specifying detail. If you have already seen the request which I made, I have already used this parameters. Okay. So let's go back to Postman here. So this is the parameter. So it will tell what I am searching, what I am searching. If I change something here, if I change this to Postman, I can even change it here in the URL, but this is a easy interface. It will automatically get updated here. So it should search Postman. So this is a query. Now, if I do a real word search, if I search Postman in Google, see, this is how what is getting searched. Now I can put that request here. So it will show me, see, it is passing a query called Postman, but with query, it's also passing a source, which is desktop. So it is telling the server, the user is using the browser in desktop mode, like he is using in desktop. So it will help them to enhance the results more based on how I am querying it. Okay. So you can pass many number of query parameters using this and symbol. Okay. So yeah. And then the other thing which is here is authorization. So as I told once, right, like not all the APIs are free. Some may some like free, and also they may require something called as an API key, which is for authorization. You can add those here. I won't be covering more detail. I will just tell an idea about it. So like it is like your bank account password. So if you like you can't directly go to an ATM and put the card and directly get the balance. No, you have to put the ATM pin. So that's one authorization which the bank is ensuring, so that the person who has the whose card it is, they are only accessing it. So they know the security code. So same thing is with the API. Not everyone can access your API. So there is a particular API key with which you can access that particular API or endpoint. You can call it anything. So that authorization plays a major role in very, very big like tech companies where they are using multiple APIs. So they want to secure it. Not any third person can come and steal the data or get the data from it. Okay. So that's about authorization. Next is headers and body. So if you see here, when I send this request, I didn't add this. It was automatic. It got added automatically. This is metadata. If you if you know about like in HTML, there's something called as meta tags, right? Similar. So it tells like the server to like how it can enhance the request more. It will tell you, see, the user agent is using this, and like it has their own meanings. I don't know like correctly everything about it. So accept basically will tell like it will accept any kind of data. It can accept JSON data. It can accept text. It can accept form. So that will be told in the headers. It will define your data more precisely. So your server can respond better. Then body. Body is something which the user is adding. Okay, so if you want to send something, so if you want to create an account, you'll be sending your name, your Aadhaar card details, then address and all. That will be the body of the request. So that the user, it may different, like change from user to user. Okay. Okay, so that is about this thing, body. I will show you that, don't worry. Specifying details. So parameters, authorization, header and body. So next, like body, you have to provide, like you don't need to provide it for get then delete request and all, because you are not sending anything to the server. You are just getting the data. For that, you don't need body. So for post and put request, you need body because they should know, the server should know who is sending the request and what is the data they are passing. Okay. So that is done in post and put request. Then data types. Data types, you can, it is telling how you can pass the data. You can pass it as a form. You can pass it as a JSON. JSON means JavaScript object notation. It is like, you can use it in any programming language. It's like a particular standard in which you can retrieve data. And most of the times we'll be using JSON only. So keep in mind about that. Then you can send HTML, get and send HTML also. We saw that in Google example. You can send normal text files also and more. So yeah, that's about data types, what you can send. See, this is the example of JSON. So if you come from JavaScript, it is basically like object in JavaScript. Or if you are from Python background, it's basically dictionary and Python, just with some like the keys will be enclosed in double quotes. Okay. So this is JSON. So now comes the another nice topic, which is status codes. So like, as I asked you, right? Like how will the client know like the whether the server responded with successful or unsuccessful? So for that, we have HTTP status codes. So like, have you ever seen, like when you go to any website, so I will go to my website only, I will go to any random path. It will respond me back with one particular number, 3-digit number. See, 404 or 404. For us, it may sound like, okay, this is some gibberish or something. It doesn't make sense. But for the what you call serve, for the client, for the browser, it is telling, okay, this page is not found. So 404 means that particular page or the particular request is making the URL is not found. It is not defined. The developer has not defined that URL. So it is told by 404. So like whenever someone asks you what is 404, you just tell them they made a request to a page which doesn't even exist in the server. So that's why it responded back with 404, which is a status code. So similar to 404, you have 200. 200 means success. Anything starting with 2 and other two numbers, it's a success. 200 means, okay, the request was accepted and fulfilled. 201 means the request which you did was created in the database. It got created. There is another 300 series. 300 series, you won't see it much often. It is for redirection. So like if you didn't find it here, it will redirect to some other endpoint. So that for that you will be using 300 status code. Then 400. 400 means the client did some mistake. It is like the user, he did some mistake from his side. So 400 means bad request. He like didn't send all the data which was needed by the server. 404 means he's accessed some random data. I mean random page which doesn't even exist in the server. Then there are other 403, 418, many status codes are there. You can research about it. Then we have 500 series. 500 series means the server messed up. It's not the problem of the user. The server, it either crashed or it broke down or something, or it got fired, something. So that 500 means from their end they messed up. So it's not your problem. So that is telling how like status code tells like the what you call the client that how the server responded. Then the headers which I showed you. Then the body data. Same headers will contain metadata, and also the body data which will like tell more detail about the user to the server. Okay, so that's all theory. So let's get to hands-on session. So I will post this link in the chat box. So this will be a nice hands-on what you call session. I will send it in the chat box so that it will be good if you are with me and follow along with me. Okay. Okay, wait, I will send it in the chat box. Yeah, I sent it. So please go to that URL once. So I'll wait for 2 minutes so that everyone opens it up. So this is where the fun part begins. You will be getting your hands dirty with the APIs and you will be like creating your own requests. So this is the best part of learning, hands-on learning. So please raise your hand so that I can get to know how many people have visited this thing, URL. So yeah, this thing, if it asks for you to log in, please log in using your Google account or anything. So I mentioned it while setting the registration form to have a Postman account. If you don't have, it's fine. It's just like 1 minute task. You can just log in. Okay. So this kind of URL will like a page will be like showed for you. Yeah, once you open this page, please raise your hand so that I can get the like see how many people are there with me so that I don't go too much ahead. You can see down in the controls to raise the hand. Yeah, good. I'm getting some hands. Nice. It's great. Let's wait some more 30 seconds. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead. Anyone wants to like stop me and wants me to wait for them? Okay. So yeah, I will just tell about this interface till then. So this is the basic Postman interface. When you open that URL, you will get. So you can see workspace. Workspace is basically like a folder where you will creating all your like different kind of requests. So and then API network explore, you can explore different APIs, then environments, collections. This is the main what you call the interface where you'll be doing the request. I will show you. Then your account will be shown here. Then who all are there right now active in the screen will be shown here and how many people are watching it right here. Okay. So click this basics of API, click on the text, okay, double click it. So you will be shown something like this. It is called API documentation. Whichever API you take, there will be some kind of documentation, which will help you understand the API better. So like if someone just throws a random URL at you, you can't figure out. So most of the APIs, 99.99% of APIs will have documentation, which will say like what are the paths available in that API, what are the requests you can do in the API. Okay, so everyone is with me, right? So just double click, and there in the top right corner you can see one fork option here, fork, right? Just click on the fork. See, 6.33 people have forked the not repo uh, habits, fork the collection or workspace. So yeah, so this thing, just click the fork button. What are you doing with fork? It's similar to what happens in GitHub. So this particular thing is read only. I don't have access to change this. So I am creating a fork. So I'm creating a copy to my particular device or my particular user so that I can change it as I want. I can do modifications. So similar how it works in GitHub. If you know about GitHub, this may feel a lot similar. So you can name the fork here. I will name it API 101 session. And I'll put a date. You can give it any name, your dog's name, your cat's name, your name, but give something meaningful. Okay. So today's date I will put. I am doing this. You can do anything. You can write anything here. So then don't change anything. You can use it my workspace only. This you won't see anything like this because this is my collections which I did. So for you, it may be either only my workspace. So go to my workspace for collection. Now it will take some 2-5 seconds and the same kind of interface should open for you again. Anyone stuck somewhere? So everyone is with me till forking this. Don't see all this, okay? For you, it may be only this one. Basics of API and your fork name. This and all, don't worry. This and all the previous test and all the previous projects which I did, those API requests are there. No need to think about much. Our main focus is this particular thing. Okay. So same, if you see, the documentation is open here. Anyone having any trouble? How can I access the workshop? Wait, workspace. So for the workspace, if you go to the previous one, here you will see some 6,000. For now, it is 0 because it's my collection. So if you go to that URL, you will see here, just double click this thing. Double click the text of basics of API. And there you will see the fork option. If you want, I can do it once again. So I'm going back. Okay, so here if you double click it, something kind of this kind of interface will open. Here you have to click fork and add a name and create a fork. So I've done that. So something like this kind of interface will open, a forked repo. Okay. So here, so okay, I will give you three options. We can't cover all these three in one session. So which one you want? Joke, quote, or book? Just put that in chat box. Let's see. Whichever wins, we'll do that. Either you want the jokes or you want quotes or books. Let's see, whichever wins, we'll do that. Oh, jokes. Jokes is winning. Jokes is winning. Okay, okay. Lots of memers here. Yeah, I see, I see. Okay, there are some book and there are some quotes. Okay, good, good. We have some mixture of responses. Okay, so sorry for the people who put quotes and book. You can try it out later, but for now, I will go with the majority. I'll go with jokes. Otherwise, they will get disappointed. So yeah, jokes we are doing. It is jokes. Okay. Okay, so here you click this. Just keep this tab open. Just double click this thing so that this will stay permanently. Otherwise, it may go again and again. Just double click here. So now it will be italic text. Once you double click, it will become straight. So now you can, this will be opened. It won't get closed again and again. Okay. So joke, this is the path. So first up, this is the URL which we will be using. Copy this URL. I guess you can see it from in your interface as well. Okay, this URL, go to get data, delete this entire thing. No need of this. Paste this thing here. Okay. Now this is just the address. Okay, we didn't add the path yet. So now if I send a request, I will get hello world. So they have defined hello world in this particular point. So now since I got a majority as joke, we'll go for joke. So this is the path, joke. It defines it more. In this particular domain, I am searching for joke endpoint. So send. I should get a random joke. See, how I got to know I will get a random joke? Read the documentation. It's always a good practice to read documentation. Okay, see, here making request for the joke API with joke path. So this is the base URL. Okay, this address, we also call it as base URL. And then we have 6 jokes. Basically, they have already put 6 jokes in there. And I will use this path. If I do base URL and this part, I will get a random joke. So every time I send a request, see now it is bugs or features. Now if I change it, see what is the hardware? A part of the computer which you can kick. Yeah, I can't kick a software. That's why VS Code always laughs at me. Okay, by throwing errors. So yeah, that's random jokes which you are getting. See, now I can give it another path. See, slash joke slash ID. So they have given an example of 3. So I'll give 3. So it will, see here you can see ID, right? I will give 1. So you can see ID. So this ID will be 1. See, every time I send, it won't change. It will only query the 1. It is like you are telling the database, I want the data of Deveesh. So every time I have put Deveesh here, it will return me Deveesh only. It won't send me some other random person's data because I have specified whose data I want. If I didn't specify, in this case, it will send me some random data, which is not real world scenario, but this is how the developers have developed their API. And also a good note I can tell, like APIs, they are not something which happens randomly. There are some developers who are building APIs. So if you like JavaScript or TypeScript, anything, so you can use Express.js to build APIs. build your own APIs, Express.js. Then if you are from Python background, you can use Flask, you can use Fast API, you can use Django. Many options are there to build APIs. That's another intermediate topic. For now, we are just seeing how to use APIs. Okay, that just I told how you can build your own APIs. Okay, so I send this one. So this is no fun. I'm just getting one joke. This is a joke. So let's try to be something more gets our hand more dirty. So we'll do another request. Go here, click the three dot in the basics of API. Here, three dot, create. Here you will add a request. Add a request. Okay, click that. So here a new request will get added. I can give it a name. I will create a joke. You can name it anything. I can name it post joke as well. So I will create a joke. Okay. So this will tell me, okay, this API endpoint, what it does, it creates a joke. Okay, another thing I forgot to mention you, I will change it to get the joke. Okay, just so that you won't get confused. So here I forgot to explain you the output. Sorry. So this output we are getting as a JSON data, which has an idea of fun and the author who wrote that joke and the joke and the source from where did he get it, he or she get it. Okay, then if you see here, it is telling something called a status. Status 200 OK, which means the full request has been fulfilled. Okay. So like I have successfully done I have successfully served a request. You can check it. Okay, now imagine I give some random ID. This is some random number. If I send, okay, the server only went off. That's different case. See, it gave me 500 errors. So servers, something happened there. So if I imagine if I spelling mistake here, the joke, instead of I won't put the E. See, I missed the E here. It gave me 404 not found. Hey, what are you trying to tell me? Joke JOK is not defined. I can't find it. So it gave me an error, 404, not found. So the time, it means how much time it took for the request to come from like the server. So it's like basically you're counting how much time the waiter took to like bring your order from the kitchen. So you will be like seeing no in the kitchen, when will he come? When will he come? Basically, even this timer is seeing doing the same thing. It is checking how much time it took for the request to get served. This is the size, how much data it sent. Okay. So then you can, many kinds of things are there. See, preview. This HTML is getting previewed here. Then you can see the data headers. So lots of things are there. You can like check it out every time. So I will just keep it like this and press Ctrl S. You see your orange color dot, which means that this request is not saved. Press Ctrl S. It's saved. Okay, now we'll create a joke. Again, we go to our friend documentation. So documentation, this was the get post to send a new joke. Okay, so it is telling me add the body to your request. Okay, it is telling me to add a body like this. Okay, so first things I have to just copy paste this. Okay, the URL will be the same. They have mentioned it here. See, base URL / joke. So this is the base URL, entire thing. And this is the / joke. Okay. And another thing which you will notice, if I select this, something pops up like save a set as variable. So what it's like your variable in programming. So instead of typing this again and again, the same URL, I can create a variable out of it. So anytime I want to like get the URL, I can just call the variable. So when there's two curly braces you can use and call the variable name. For now, we won't go that deep in it. So because people may mess up it somewhere and it will be difficult. Okay, so we'll keep it simple. Okay. So it will be a post request now because we are creating. Okay, then here I have to add a body. Go to raw and here you select JSON. So since they have mentioned the documentation, it will take a JSON. See, from the request, select JSON. So we will be sending a JSON request. So come here and select JSON and then paste this thing here. I will send it to you in the chat also so that you can copy paste it. And here, don't copy paste the same thing. Okay. So what you can do, I will change the author name to my name, Deveesh Shetty. You can give your name also, or you can give any troll name, but don't go too much troll. Okay. Then joke. I will write a good joke. Okay. Uh, what joke should I write? Why did the API developer got in trouble? Because he did post mortem. Yeah, that's a weird joke. No need, I guess. We'll give a good sweet joke. Uh, what joke can we give? Can I get some suggestions in the chat box? Let's see if anyone who has good humor level send a good joke. Technical. What do you call this? Wow, this thing is good. Okay, we'll keep a simple joke. Very good old joke we'll keep. Uh, there are 10 kind of people in this world. Those who know binary and those who don't. I guess it's pretty straightforward joke and it's a very old joke as well. Oh, some good jokes I'm getting in the suggestion. Nice. And I will name the source to Trust Me Bro. That's the source which we believe in. Okay. So I will send the request now. Send. See, it gave me an ID 4292. So it is setting 2 or 1 created. Okay, I have created the joke. So now if I go back here and I put my ID here, what was the ID? 4292. 4292. If I send, I should get my joke here. See, it got added to the database. That's how simple it is. Just go to this. Now it's time for you to send your joke. I can see your jokes here. If I refresh this, it is taking a time to refresh. Oh, I got, oh, nice. So people are already following up. So yeah, as soon as you so create your request here, send your jokes so that I can see it here in the UI. So same, just say this, author, give your name, put your joke here, put a source, and so I can check it out here. Okay, so yeah, raise your hand so that I can refresh the page as soon as you send your joke. So I will repeat it once again. Go to this URL, add this URL, create a post request, go to body, clear, select raw, select JSON, and put your data here. Okay, and send me your ID if it is possible. If you will get one ID here, right, so that I can check it here also, whether it's correct or wrong, like whether it's working or not. So let's see, send some jokes in here. Anyone who like didn't follow it, any confusion or stuck somewhere in the previous steps? Four three zero two. Okay, I'll check that. 4302. Send. See, Sujan. This guy. Okay. So this I'm getting the response. Let's see. 4300. Okay, 4300. 4,300. 4,300. Send. Postman is not the best API. Trust is good. Yeah, it's not the API, it's the platform. So yeah, Postman is a platform. Bro, where can I meet? No. Later, let's see. So yeah, any other, or should I continue? Okay. So yeah, I will refresh this page. Let's see. Oh, some good ones I got. You can't be a vampire if you are dead. Nice. Okay. Okay, my life. It's a very good joke. Okay, Aman raised his hand. Aman, any problems you are facing? Okay. So this was about post request. Aman, any problem? Aman or Aman, yeah. You can put it in the chat box. Okay, another. Why do Java programmers wear glasses? Okay, the joke ended. It's sad. I'm opening chat box. Can you please show how to post once again, please? Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay. So come here, create a new request. Go to your this thing. Here you will find three dots. Create a new request. Add request. Okay. Then you need a URL. Copy paste the same URL here. Okay, this is the URL. If you want, I will put it in chat box as well. Right? Okay, this is the URL. So here you have to change the method to post. Here you have to add body. Go to your body, raw, text will be JSON. Okay, select JSON. If you don't select JSON, you will get errors. JSON. Okay. Then paste this thing, author, put author, I'll put Dev, and the joke will be, uh, what should I put as a joke? Hmm, I like to fight bugs. That's a joke. No, my, or something we put, I am very bad at this. So yeah, some joke you guys put. I will find see someone in suggestion. Okay, I am finding jokes. Oh, joke is I like engineering. Yeah, good one. Yes. I love engineering. I just like, I don't like it. I love it. Yeah, correct. Very good joke. No sarcasm intended. I will credit the owner and send. So this is the what you call body. Send it. So you will get one ID here. And if I refresh here, the joke should be visible. See, I like engineering. The joke is here. My life is always in dark mode. Wow. Okay, some good jokes we got. So let's move ahead. So we'll go to another type of request. So I'll delete this one for now. Yeah. Okay. So let's create a updation one. Okay. So what can we do? We have created a put request. So instead of doing everything from scratch, what I will do? I will do some cheating. I will just duplicate this. So duplicate that request. Just update the name to update joke. How did I duplicate? Here, click the three dots near the post request. Duplicate. Okay. Duplicate it. So you change the method to put. So now the body will you will get, because you duplicated, you don't have to add it again because the previous one got added here. So now I will change something here. So what I'll do, I will change. Okay, I will show you first by doing one error. I will show you. Okay, I will put a comma here because I missed it. Now if I send, I should get one error. See, I got bad request. Why? I send this, but the server doesn't know which joke to update. I never mentioned. Like there is no uniqueness in this. So how will you get the uniqueness? Here, because we have something called as ID. Here, see, this ID will uniquely define. So it is like a USN in your college. So if you do something wrong, they will catch you by the USN, not by your name, because people will have same names. USN is unique for everyone. Same like ID is unique for everyone. Unique for all the requests which we did. Okay. So now if I send this, I should get a good, see, 204. 200 means, 200 series means basically success. 204 means no content. It didn't return me anything. It just told, yeah, it's done. But it didn't send anything back to me. Okay, now if I refresh, where is that thing which I said? See here, after binary, there is no comma. Now if I add a comma, if I refresh, it will go down. See, there's a comma here. I will give a better change. I will just change to, I don't know anything. I know everything. That's a joke. Okay, send. Now see, this joke is here, right? If I refresh, it will get updated. See, I know everything. So now let's see how you can update your jokes. What do you call a fake noodle? Yeah, you forgot to, oh, an imposter. Nice. Mhm. Why did a developer got in trouble? He didn't understand it well. Wow. Then the API got in trouble. API developer. Okay. Anyone updated anything? Let's see. So save it so that this thing will also get updated. Even save this thing. Okay. So next, the last thing which we'll do is we'll do and delete some of the jokes. Okay. So I got this no 4300. I will delete this. I don't like it. That joke is bad. Sorry. Okay. But I have to show demo. So here, I'll go here. Again, I will do the same thing. Little bit of cheating. I will duplicate. Okay. So URL will be the same because if you go to the documentation again, okay, if you go to put documentation, the same thing as the post, just you have to mention the ID. Okay, if you go to delete, base URL, joke, and the ID of the joke. What we did here, base URL, joke, and the ID. Okay, I will change the name to delete joke. Okay, and I will select delete here. Let's send it. See, joke with ID 4300 is deleted. So if I refresh, that joke should go. This joke should go. So it's gone. See, that's how simple it is. Just save it. So just to summarize everything, we use the get with the base URL, the joke, and now if I send this, see, joke not found. I got 4 not 4 because I deleted it. See, that's how everything is connected together. So if I get, I will fetch some ID from the chart. Which ID was there? 4302. Or wait, I'll use one only better. Yeah, one. One. I will send. So this is a get request. I'm getting data. Next is the post. I'm creating something. If I change this here, and if I create a joke, this is a lame joke. Imagine That's what programmers do. Imagine everything. Imagine this is a lame joke. Send. So I created a new joke with this ID. Okay, next update. If I want to update the joke, the previous one which I created, get this ID, put the ID here. So I will change. Okay, wait. What was this thing here? Imagine this is a lame joke. Here I will do some changes. I will add. Now imagine this is a lame joke. So it got updated. If I refresh here, oh, this is better. I should have done this previously only. Okay, now imagine this is a lame joke. Yeah. Wow. I don't know. I can't. I don't know a real name. That's the thing. Okay, so delete. Okay, next thing is delete. Now imagine I want to delete this joke. I will take the ID, put it here, put the ID here, send. Okay, it is taking some time. Let it take its time. Okay, the joke is deleted. So it took 7 seconds, maybe because my net was slow. So refresh. This joke should go. It's gone. So yeah, that's the basically CRUD operations which we did. Create by using post, read by using get, update by using put, delete by using delete. Anyone has any questions, any minor doubts? Please put it in the chat box. Anyone wants me to do any particular requests? Anywhere you messed up or you forgot or you didn't follow up with me or I went too fast or any joke ideas you have? Okay, I see most of them are good with it. How to get a joke if I don't remember the ID? Yeah, because see, now in this Postman thing, that's a very good question. I like that. See, it depends on the developer. Most of the developers, what they do, like they will put one route, something called as joke slash all, where you can get all the jokes with the ID. But in this, the API which the Postman people have developed, they have not put something like a path like this. So that's a very good feature which you can add. Okay, so like there will be if you are developing a API, you can create a new like a all path, which will list out all the jokes to you. Okay, so that where which joke you don't like, you can just select the ID, copy the ID, and paste it here. For now, in this they didn't put the feature in it here yet, but yeah, you can do that. So see, if I do this, I can get random jokes. You can get there are no quality complaints regarding a parachute till date. Wow, that's a very deep joke. Okay, so the ID thing, yeah, that's one problem in this. Like they didn't create the route, but you can create a route like that where you can get all the IDs. Okay. So any other question? And I told route, right? Sorry, route means basically the path. In more development term, we'll call it as a route, 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 route path, same thing. Okay. So next move, let's move in this. Okay, so recap what and all we did in the session. Sorry. So we learned about methods. Get, post, read, get, post, put, delete. Then we learned about addresses, domain addresses. What's a patch in Postman? Okay, so patch and put are similar. So one example I can give is patch will only like change a specific part of the data. And like if you go here in Postman, you can see many kind of requests. Options are there, head is there. So like mostly we'll be using this four, but patch and put are kind of similar. So like I may have confused it, but see, it will be like patch will only update a specific part of the data. Put will like completely like change that, replace it basically. So patchwork you do know patchwork, some like small changes you do. So that is patch. It's, both are same, and it mostly depends on the developer how they have mentioned it. If while creating the API they have mentioned it will take put request, then you have to give put only. If I give no, it's not here. If I give patch here, it won't work. See, 404 not found, because it another thing it depends is how the developer have created the what you call API, whether they are taking only put request. Okay, so there you will sometimes get 405 error. 405 means the method is not defined. So method you are accessing is not defined for a particular endpoint. Okay, endpoint same thing as route and path, like entire thing no, address method and the method address and the path, they all together form an endpoint. Okay. Next, we have parameters, which I told you, the query parameters which we passed, which is like different in the Google one. Okay, I closed it. So like you will be passing it after a question mark. So that will tell you more detail about the request. And it is like basically it's body only, but you are passing it in the URL, which is sometimes really handy. Okay, so you can do different stuffs based on that query parameters. Then authorization, as I told, API keys, which you can use to secure your data, secure your API. Next, body data, how you can post request. Okay, any doubts in here? Mhm. Okay, so yeah, now you have learned the basics. It's just a basic one-on-one session. Now, how you can continue more to learn about it? So Postman is giving you a very good like platform where you can like get more hands-on experience on APIs. So they have something called a student expert program. So if you have seen my description, I have mentioned Postman student expert, which means you can like they have given a series of tests, or first there will be tutorials in which you have to follow like see the documentation and create the request. Then there will be testing session as well where you have to create your own request. So after all those like around 30 exercises are there. After that you will be given with a badge, Postman student expert badge, which you can flex in LinkedIn, and you can show it to your friends. So yeah, it describes more about it. Sending more sophisticated requests. This was just basic CRUD operations. It will help you more advanced requests with the parameters, then different what you call different types of parameters. Paths. Path, again, there will be dynamic paths as well. So I can just show it to you here. Now imagine I will just put up, if I go here, params. If I put a question mark and add name equal to Deveesh, it will be added here in the query params. But there's another possibility where I can put colon slash name, which is path variables. So this is dynamic. So when you develop API, this will be good for you. Now, if you can relate this, if you see here, the one which we did here, which we passed one no, they are not created one specific route. It's just the ID which it is taking. So one is the ID here no. So it is basically like colon ID. So here I am passing it as one, but one. So I should get the same response. See, so instead of hard coding one here, I can just change the values here. I can change it to 5. If there is a joke in 5, it will return me. See, it returned. So this is another way you can do dynamic data using path variables. Okay. So dynamic paths, if you have more than like ID, which is different for each person, you can use this. Okay, coming back to this. So Postman student request, highly what you call encourage you to take this, because and all this will help you a lot in like learning more about APIs. Actually, I also done it. I have done it. That's why I can talk about it. So it will give you a very good platform. So how to do it? So for this is the link. I will send you the link. You can go and enroll here. Everyone in the meeting, send. Postman student program. See, a student expert, student leader in classroom. Here you can go and apply to be a student expert. CSC, API and Postman trading created by Postman team. Postman badge. exclusive access to Postman meetups. You will get different online conferences from Postman. Then invitation to online Postman student expert program. So that's a very good what you call certification kind of thing which you can do, and you will be also rewarded with a badge. Okay. Next, oh, the cool part, winning some swags. So I guess most of you are waiting for this only. So yeah, so finally we have reached this path. So winning some swags. So there are basically three things which you can do to win Postman t-shirts and stickers, which will be delivered to you by Postman within wait, I got one question in chat. No, okay. So this will be delivered to you by Postman directly. Okay. So you have a chance to win Postman t-shirts and stickers as well. So what you have to do to win it? This very simple thing. Just share your learning, like whatever I covered in the session, just write a brief information about it, like a brief talk or something about it, like what and all I covered, what you understood, what made it more clear. And just in either Twitter or LinkedIn, use the hashtag Postman student and tag me in that so that I can review it. If you don't tag me, I can't find it. Okay. In Twitter, if you want, you can tag me like this, Shetty Deveesh, or in LinkedIn, you can tag me, Deveesh Shetty. Same thing. So, so you can create like a small paragraph, like write a small paragraph telling what did you learn in the session and what did you like the most about the session, and I will be picking winners from that. Okay, then I will be sending it to Postman team. Postman team will be contacting with you and sending you out the swags. Okay. Next, this is the first session. This will have quite less swags compared to the other two. So this is the easiest one. Okay, the next one is a public workspace. So public workspace, how to create a public workspace, I will tell you. So if you go to Postman here again, here you will see something like my workspace, right? Here you will see a button called new. Okay, click new. It will ask you many options, what you want. And yeah, if I forgot to mention, the current type of API which we used here is REST APIs, representative state transfer API, which is like commonly used by most of the developers right now. And there are other types. There are SOAP APIs, which uses XML, and it is secure. So many people prefer that, like in real life. Then we have GraphQL, in which you can you can dynamically send ask which data you want, so you won't get overloaded. Then gRPC, TRPC, WebSockets. WebSockets are basically real-time connections. Okay, so this is where you can, here you go to workspace, create a workspace. Now you will be prompted with a new UI. Here, create a blank workspace. Next, here, give a name to your workspace. So now workspace you have to create. On what basis you have to create? So you can choose any of the APIs which are available publicly and create a like a documentative workspace for it. So this has it has more swags compared to the previous one. Okay, so here you can see here, if you go to public APIs, here you can find many. This is the URL. I will send you in the chat. This is a very good GitHub repository. Here you can find many types of APIs. Okay, see, dog facts, cat facts, then government APIs. There are COVID-19 APIs. There are open data news. All are publicly available. Some may require API key, some may not. See, no means it doesn't need any API key. So you can directly use it. Okay, using those API, you can create a workspace, which we did here back. So give it a name, good name. I will name it my 101 workspace, or I will choose any API from here. I will use Wikipedia, API docs for wiki. And here, important, select public so that anyone can view it. Select public, create. So this will create a workspace. So here you can put your requests. Wait, let it come. So here you can add your requests, create requests. Now first you have to create one collection. You can name it anything. And here you can add requests. Okay, here like this you can create workspace. Okay. So the next thing is This is one about creating workspace. Create your own public workspace in postman.com and either send it to me or tag me in any social media, or you can DM it to me as well so that I can review it. Okay. See, send it us for to win cool swags. Submit your workspace URL to the organizers. To me, you have to submit it. Either you can DM me or tag me in social media by tweeting or posting about it. Next one is another easy one, blog writing competition. So here, what you learned during the session, you have to write a blog. The previous one was a tweet or LinkedIn post. Here you can write a blog, a good blog about it with step by step in either Medium or dev.to. Both are very good blogging platforms. And you have to use this hashtags. So once you have written the blog, send the URL to me. Same thing, either tag me in any of the social media or DM me in WhatsApp. Anything works out, and I will give my email ID as well in the next. So here you can send it to me. Okay. So resources, here you can find it. Take a screenshot of it if you want. Learning.postman.com. Explore this learning center. This is to explore more about APIs, and this is forum where you can talk to people. Okay. So Q&A, anyone has any questions regarding the session? Anything you missed out or anything you got confused? Okay. So this is my email ID. And yeah, before anything, please fill this feedback form. Okay. If you have to fill this feedback form in order to register yourself for the swags as well. Okay. And also the email ID. This is my email ID. Okay, wait. Let me send it. Okay, this is my email ID. So yeah, please fill this feedback form. And another thing, let me show you some projects which you can build using APIs. It is the feedback form open. Should be open, I guess. If it is showing like the feedback form is not open, please let me know. And one cool project I can show, which I built like a very long back ago using APIs. So you can see how cool it is. And fun fact, this was my first React project. You can see how shit the UI is. See, it was like very first. I built it long ago. I've used many APIs here. See the jokes API. It will run me random jokes. Then here you can get the data about different centers which are there. Or just exploring out. Then the pin code API. I can just search a city here, Mangalore. It should give me a result on the Mangalore pin code. Okay. It's taking some time. See, it gave me different. This I'm using some API which has all the data regarding the pin code. So see how cool applications you can build. Dictionary API. I can search anything here. I can search water. Search. It should give me result. I know there is no loading screen. There is no button because it's a very old project. I was just exploring out everything. Okay. So this is done using APIs again, in which I use Postman to test the APIs out first. Okay, then another project which we built was Rudraksh. This was again using APIs. Here you have to upload your any image, plant image if you have. So this plant image I will detect. So it is calling one external API, and the API is giving me details like this. See how cool projects you can build using APIs. Yes, Netlify is free to use. Even Vercel is free to use. So you can deploy. This is deployed in Vercel. You can directly like connect your GitHub to Netlify or Vercel, and you can host your front-end websites there. Okay. So this is for Netlify, Vercel. So yeah, you can build such a cool projects with those. So API, like I searched this public APIs to build a first project. I was like, which one should I use? Which one should I use? And picked some random things. And then I tested it out in Postman. Then I created that website. Just that's how you learn. You have to explore things. Okay. Any other questions? keep on pressing this. Okay. Okay, you can test those out. Wait, I will send. If you want to check those, I have a documentation. I have mentioned actually what APIs I have used in that. See here, if you go to about, see, I have mentioned what and all APIs I have used. So you can go there and check it out as well. The other project was this one, where I used plant ID API, plant.id. You can go to their website. It is a freemium API. So if I go to plant.id, the one which we use for Rudraksh, it is not completely free. Up to certain request, it is free. After that, we have to pay. But for good luck, we didn't even hit that till now. So yeah, so we didn't pay anything for that. You can still explore it using that free version. Okay. So any questions you have, please let me know because we will be winding up. Any questions regarding how to continue, how we can learn more about APIs. And yeah, please don't forget to like check out this thing, Postman Student Expert. It will give you a good platform to learn more about it. And the swags, you know the procedure. You can take a screenshot if you want. And I'll be sending this PPT in the discussions group of our SOSC. If you are not in there, there's someone just to put out the group link here so that they can join it. Okay. So feedback form, please fill it. And yeah, just tell me how you like the session. You can message me as well. And I will be covering more. API 102 will also come in future. And maybe with SOSC, we can try to do like a real world project using APIs. We can do that. And if you want to build a project, just come up with an idea. We'll surely help you out. Don't worry with that. Our team is more than ready to help you out. Okay. So yeah, so that's about it here. Anyone wants to say anything or ask anything? Any doubt? Small silly doubt is also fine. Okay. So yeah, anyone wants to like to say anything in the chat? So if there is nothing, you are free to leave the meeting. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Hope you understand something about API and you can build. I would love to see your new projects which you built using APIs. You can always put it in the group or DM me. So I will like to like help you out with that as well. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for joining. You're welcome. Uh, thanks. Yes. Yes. Bye everyone. Good night. Yes, you're welcome.